Today we're going to talk about how Capricorn the goat go with Leo the lion. So with these two we have top cat versus top dog. We have two alphas, two people who want to wear the pants in the house, if that isn't an outdated analogy in this modern era of liberal thinking and progressive attitudes towards the sexes. What can I say about these? On one hand, we have got dramatic Leo versus cool Capricorn. We've got gung-ho Leo versus very grown-up Capricorn. How do these two get together? Well, they will probably come together in a work situation. It's unlikely they'll be immediately attracted to each other. In fact, they might initially be quite envious or even wary of each other. There's certain flashpoints of things that they will give them a bit of a double take about, really, I don't like them, and they'll be quite surprised when they get together afterwards and they get to see they've got quite a bit in common and they do quite like each other. Now, Capricorns like to think of themselves as a cross between flamboyant Leo and logical, practical Virgo. And Leos like to think of themselves as, well, just Leo, the greatest sign in the zodiac. And that's where a bit of the problem comes in, because Capricorn is slightly wary of the front the Leo has. They don't really see it as a front. They think the Leo is just a little bit full of themselves and need to be taken down a peg. And the Leos, they can't get to Capricorn to understand that they're really quite sensitive at heart and they take things quite personally. How will these two get together? Well, my bet is that Leo is going to make the first move. Yeah, sure, Capricorn, I know that you wanted to make the first move, but you just waited too long and Leo got in there before you. So once they get together, they'll find out that they are both very progressive signs, they're both passionate, they're both ambitious, they're both very, they're both not passive at all. They both like to keep moving with things, moving on ideas. They both think big, and they both have big plans for themselves and for the relationship. So it's great for business couples, or couples who work in the same industry, or maybe in a family business, to come together because they can really motivate each other. Leo can increase the earning capacity of the Capricorn. Capricorn can revolutionize the way Leo sees work, how they work, the methods they use for work. So I'm seeing a lot here about them being good in work together and careers. Well, the Obamas are this combination, with Barack Obama being Leo and Michelle being Capricorn. So there you can see it working together well for a political couple. But the problem is, the Leo like a lot of attention, and they just don't get it because the Capricorns have this kind of reserve. Capricorns are not ones to go over the top with these sort of slushy displays of affection. And yet, the more Leo are not getting that attention, the more dramatic they get. And yet the more dramatic they get, the more the Capricorn just backs off and thinks, oh, enough already. I can't stand all this drama, I'm just going to back off. So the more Leo's needs are not met, the more they'll engage in exactly the type of behavior that the Capricorn just doesn't feel comfortable with. Because at heart, Leo is an extrovert. Capricorn's far more introverted. When these two go at loggerheads, and they often will, they'll often clash on things because their values are totally different. So when it becomes to things like bringing up the children, how to spend money, they'll have very different ideas. And Leo are probably quite happy because they'll keep thinking, well, I won this argument, I won that argument. They think they're winning the battles, but in fact Capricorn are winning the war. So while Leo may feel that they are more overtly controlling the relationship, Capricorn know that they have the subtle, the more subversive type of control, and in the end the Capricorn is kind of going to be getting their way. Now, the other problem with this couple is they will both always tend to think the grass is greener on the other side. I'm thinking of that ABBA song which goes, they passed me by, all of those great romances. You were, I felt, keeping me away from my rightful chances. And that's the problem that they're both thinking. They both actually feel that they're holding each other back. But you know what they say, when couples go apart, you should never, get back together. You never revisit old territory. Yet it's not true with these two, because if they break up, they might suddenly begin to realize all the positives about the relationships, everything they had in common, how they could work so well together, and that they really do like a lot about each other, and then they can come back together and they can make a go of it the second time. So there is a case of second chances when it comes to this couple in terms of relationships. Things in the bedroom are rather good. Sexually it's quite passionate, so that's one of the good parts of that relationship, because Leo's all fiery, Capricorn's very earthy, they both like sex a lot more than they're prepared to admit, and things in the bedroom will be quite sparky. That's one of the positives. So if these two, they need a lot of space in the relationship. They don't want to live in each other's pockets because that'll exacerbate all the negatives and all the problems. But I see it as a combination that can work. One of the other problems though, especially when dating, is Leo's quite spontaneous. Capricorn, they've got their diary open. They want to know if you're free on, October the 5th, 2018. Do you think you'll be free that day? Could we possibly go dinner? And Leo's like, what the hell? I'm only thinking in terms of this evening. Let's just go out already. What's the problem? So Leo needs to help Capricorn take life less seriously, be more childish, just enjoy things and think less about things. And Capricorn needs to help Leo be a little bit more serious, a little bit more fixed in terms of their goals and their ambitions, and a little bit more cop on. So what do I say about this combination? Well, when I started, I thought, no, I'm not really sure, I'm not feeling this. But the more I looked at it, the more I think this is definitely one that can work as long as the couples are prepared to work on it. And especially as they get older, because Leo tends to mellow, and Capricorn, as they get older, tend to get a lot more confident and a lot more assertive, and their extrovert comes out. So what you have here is, I think Leo is an extrovert with an introvert living inside, whereas Capricorn is an extrovert with an introvert on the outside. They've both got it the wrong way around, but over time they can both bring out the hidden introvert and the hidden extrovert, and things start to go really well. So what I'm going to give this pairing, I'm giving at least a 65%.